Hello, Shane. My name is Sean Everett. I am the website analysis expert over at Zucker Marketing. Thank you so much for talking with Eric. He sent your website over to me for analysis. I'm going to walk you through everything that I've found. Hopefully, it will be of use to you because this website of yours is gorgeous, but it should be a tool of your business. It should be something that brings you money, brings you customers. So I'm going to show you what I found. And the first thing that I do when I do an analysis is I look at this paid tool called Ahrefs. It gives me a bunch of metrics of your site. The second thing I do is I look at a map to see what other areas are around you. And then the third thing I do, given the what I found in your metrics, is I go and do a Google search. Now, I know that you do doors and windows also. I'm just going to do this as Columbia Roofers for now, and I'm going to show you why. Part of what I'm going to tell you requires an explanation because not a lot of people know how the Google search engine works and how the Google algorithm decides what order things go in. And it is all important. You're not just competing in the physical world, you're now competing in the virtual world and in the world of Google, which is its own particular thing. Now, at the very top of a Google search, you're going to find the paid ones. They're called sponsored. And those are folks who have paid to be on there. The order of these is also determined by the Google algorithm. Next, underneath that, you're going to find the map pack, so-called, because they are attached to a map. That makes a lot of sense. And this is a placement that they have because they went and filled out a Google business profile. That's something you can do this afternoon, tonight, whenever. Just go and fill out a Google business profile. It's going to ask you a bunch of questions like a Google, like a Facebook profile, just questions about your business instead. What year you started, the city you're in, the daily hours, the actual address, physical address, the website. There's going to be a bunch of tick boxes. Fill this thing out as thoroughly as you can because Google rewards thoroughness. Google likes you to be thorough about the things that you do. That makes them think that you want to be in their search results. And you could have the worst company in the world. And as long as you satisfy the algorithm that Google has, you will be listed at the top of Google. And there's a reason that that's important. Let me show you. I'm just going to scroll down, and there's a bump stop right there at related searches. Anything above that is more or less where people look when they're searching for things. They don't go much further down than that. Now, underneath the map pack, you're going to find what we call the organic search results. Now, in your area, the first one is GAF Roofing, the folks who make the materials, and next Angie's List. And then the first organic company that I find are the Red Shirt Guys. Now, they got there by doing a couple of things, and I'm going to show you what those things are. Here is your website. There is their website. I'm not interested in the aesthetics of it because in the guts of your website, that is what is contained with how people are going to get there, and I'll show you what I mean. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take your website, I'm going to copy and paste it into a word counter, select all, copy, paste. You have 801 words. Here are the Red Shirt Guys. I'm going to do the same thing for them. Copy, paste into another word counter. They have 325 words. Now, you would beat them in any normal circumstance, but here's the deal. The words matter, the kind of words they are, and I'm going to show you what I mean right now. This is your website using that paid tool I told you about. The keywords you have are 116. That means that the words that have to do with your industry, I'll show you what those are in a minute, are in your site at 116, a count of that. Now, the Red Shirt Guys have 290, so they beat you by double. And that's what the Google algorithm is looking for. It's looking for a larger number of something because that to them says, oh, this company is more serious about being in our search results. Here are the organic keywords. Roofing company, Columbia, South Carolina. Columbia, South Carolina. Roofer, you see, it's just a bunch of different, the word order. And sometimes it will be roofing company or roofing contractor. It will be roofing or roofers or, it's a lot of singular and plural. You want all of those in there because, if I'm going to search for, say I want to buy a bunch of red balloons. I go into a Google search and I type balloon manufacturer that's going to bring me a certain number of searches of a certain kind. But if I go to and I type in, say, factory that makes red balloons, that's a whole different search. Now, if your company, if you were that manufacturer, didn't have both manufacturer and factory in it, you're not going to come up in the search results for both of those, even though they're both looking for the same thing. The same thing is true of you. You have a bunch of words within your industry that I am not in your industry, so I don't know, but I can tell you that it probably is going to have, because I've been doing a bunch of these, it's probably going to have the word TPO in there. It's probably going to have the word shingles. It's probably going to have the word tar in there. It's going to have low slope. It's going to have a lot of questions that people will type into their website, and you want those satisfied on your website so that you get all of the things that people might possibly type into a search that in your industry and have you pop up. Now, the other thing that matters into is the things around you. The reason I went and looked here is, do you have, for instance, best roofer? Let me find that out. I'm going to see if you have best roofer. Best. You have the word best in there 2 times. You have best thing and, well, best thing twice. Best thing and best thing. So you don't have best roofer. Why don't you have best roofer in Columbia, South Carolina? Why don't you also have best roofer in Lexington? Why don't you have best roofer in Batesburg, Leesburgville? My tongue is not working. You know what I'm saying? All of these places, people like to buy local. They like to hire local. There's no reason you can't have those somewhere on a page in your website so that somebody who lives in Blythewood and is proud of their city will type in best roofer in Blythewood and you will pop up. It's that simple. If you don't have that in your website, it won't come up as a search. Now, the next thing I'm going to show you are what we call the backlinks. You have 230 backlinks. The red shirt guys have 381. That means they win again. And the backlinks are where you are listed on another site. Mostly the other sites are sites that have lists of things like Angie's List, expertise.com, Yellow Pages, Super Pages, on and on. Dex knows, those sorts of things. And a lot of these sites you can just get on by filling out a little profile like you did for the Google Business Profile that I told you about earlier. And you want to be on websites that are highly rated. These are the ratings of the site. You have a rating 2, your DR, your domain rating. You have 17, and that is the strength of your website, meaning that's how many people in the rating comparison go to your site for information. Now, also the red shirt guys have 3.6, so you beat them in that area. But I'm going to show you, you want to be in the websites that have a high rating. So anything that's higher than, say, 60 is going to get you a higher rating on that. And these 2 numbers here, the backlinks and the keywords, are what make up this. Essentially this. This is the traffic that you had last month. It's down 13 from the month before. So you had 72 clicks from a Google web search last month. And here's what you could have had. The red shirt guys had 788. So the difference between 69 and 788 means that there is a greater chance, a greater likelihood that after a click, somebody is going to call them up for an estimate. Somebody is going to call them up and become a potential customer. A potential customer means more money in your pocket ultimately. And that's what the power of the Google search has. Now, the placement of that is those 2 things. And I showed you what those the 2 things are from the search words and the backlinks, but putting on your own Google profile is also very important. Those are the 3 things that you need to do. Now, you can do them yourself. It's not hard to do. It is time consuming, and it does take a little bit of expertise to find out what these organic keywords are and what the websites that you can be on are. And that's where I think Eric can come in handy to you. So if what I'm saying to you makes sense and you'd like to get a little bit more bang out of your website, get a little bit more money coming in from it because you'll be higher rated in the Google search, then by all means, please give Eric a call. He would be glad to guide you through the next steps. Thanks so much. I hope you have a great day.